Hello, dear friends. They fear love because it creates a world they cannot control. George Orwell, 1984. Opinion piece. A great show. No drama. Time travel. Great transition party. Unity in a bright future. Transition to the golden age. Beyond the mainstream narrative. Let's start. In times of tumultuous change, when dimensions have the potential to collide and merge, a great concentration of energy comes to participate in the grand show. According to the People's Newsletter, Earth is a place of great activity right now, a peak as we are experiencing a dimensional shift, a great frequency transformation, and are receiving much light and divine attention. We are famous throughout the galaxy for moving between realities and altering matter. Many visitors from the stars, curious about life forms, know how to rearrange their molecular structure and arrive here disguised as human beings. They come from very far away, millions, perhaps billions of beings from other worlds. They are all here for the celebration of the great transition to the Golden Age. The Pleiadians want Earth to reclaim its original purpose of becoming a center for information exchange for all worlds. Imagine the number of visitors there will be then. We need to evolve to protect ourselves and not be deceived by other beings. Begin by not having negative thoughts, avoiding drama, helping others, and being loving. The light will liberate us. We were programmed to do this now. We have mechanisms within us that we can activate to host this frequency. In an era marked by dicing change, shifting alliances, and an increasingly complex information landscape, staying informed requires going beyond the dominant narrative. We must intensify community vigilance, stay informed, and safeguard our rights, our lives, and our freedom. Help others daily. Spread love daily. No negative thoughts, no drama. Trending. Planet Earth is said to belong to us collectively, but it belongs to God, Father, Mother, says Steve Biko. We live in an age of illusion where some people believe that Earth should belong to them and not to others. That illusion is slowly dissipating as the elite consolidate their power. What is being triggered in almost all of us are social vasanas, collective trauma, core group issues. Vasanas are tendencies based on memories of traumatic circumstances from our early childhood, leading to fixed positions and triggered by something similar to something else in our rejected original memory. A vasana is a deep-seated tendency that repeats itself unless consciously understood and transformed. For example, if someone becomes defensive in certain situations for no reason, that repetitive pattern could be described as a vasana. Vasana is a Sanskrit term meaning a latent impression, an habitual tendency or inclination that shapes thoughts and behavior. That is, unconscious patterns inherited from past experiences that influence how a person reacts in the present. Social vasanas are activated in the same way as individual vasanas. Political or religious extremism are common examples in our society. When we say that the crowd was swept along by someone, or that the crowd turned into a mob, or that he drove his listeners crazy, and things like that, we are referring to social vasanas. What we see on television and in movies reinforces our social customs. We share a collective history with common enemies. Our holidays celebrate our victories or our tragedies, and both reinforce our collective identity. Time travel. Time travel isn't a physical machine that sends your body backward or forward in linear time. It's a quantum state change, the conscious ability to collapse a different probability wave into your present moment. Time travel is achieved through advanced quantum technology by accessing superposition at the qubit level. A single qubit can exist in overlapping past, present and future timelines. A qubit is the basic unit of information in quantum computing, a two-level system that can exist in superposition of states 0 and 1, allowing for processing possibilities different from those of a classical bit. When consciousness is entangled with these qubits and a measurement is made through focused sovereign intention, a specific timeline collapses into the dominant reality, while the other timelines vanish. Nikola Tesla introduced this technology. The quantum computers now being built are the physical manifestation of this mechanism, making it accessible to the public. As qubits achieve stable entanglement and longer-lasting coherence, humanity gains the tools to do what simulation has done for millennia: select and collapse preferred timelines. Curious. Two Jupiter-like planets lighter than cotton candy have been discovered. As earthquakes devastated Venezuela, the White House received an anonymous call claiming responsibility as retaliation for the alleged theft of Venezuelan oil. According to Michael Baxter, not only was Venezuela affected, but earthquakes were felt across the globe in Japan, Alaska, California, and the Philippines. Today is an important day, as it marks the transition from the old to the new, according to Brenda Hoffman. This is Freedom Week. That doesn't mean you have to become a hitchhiker, abandon your friends, or move to a new community. Instead, you will allow yourself to function as you want, rather than as you should. According to Kavamur, Jesus' prophecies about the end times were Pleiadian messages about change. Before the arrival of the Son of Man, there will be earthquakes in various places and signs in the sky. The earthquakes are not man-made, but natural side effects of a planet in crisis. It means we are close. A whirlpool was seen emerging from Lake Constance, which borders Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. The Pleiadian guides gave this explanation in quotes. In all major lakes, there are portals used as bases by beings from other worlds. When a ship emerges from the lake, a column of water forms. This phenomena will become increasingly evident as they serve to make us aware of peaceful coexistence with visitors from the stars. They have always been among us, but now, due to the increasing energy, they want to prepare us for physical contact. Breaking news. US attacks Iran for violating the agreement and Tehran responds. US bombs Iran after attack on a ship in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran attacks US positions in response to its offensive. The price of oil falls again by more than 4%. Europe. Trump threatens a 100% tariff on any European country that taxes US digital services. Volkswagen plans to cut 100,000 jobs worldwide by 2030. Spanish households spend half their budget on food and housing. Americas. Humanitarian aid accelerates to save lives in Venezuela. 25 rescue teams from 17 countries deployed in Venezuela. The Venezuelan diaspora in Spain mobilizes after the double earthquake. The Venezuelan people mourn their losses, but do not surrender to the devastation. The UN approves food aid for Cuba. Cuba reaches its peak and suffers its worst electricity deficit ever recorded. Chile faces a weakened labor market, says an expert. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.